Hey, so today I want to share with you how real food has changed my entire family's life. It's been a long journey and it wasn't easy when we first started, but it was so worth it. And I honestly never really understood the impact that real food would have on all of our lives. And it's really been amazing. And I just wanted to tell you how really it has changed all of our lives. And I'm not using this term lightly at all. I really mean it has changed the course of our lives. So let me just tell you a little bit about each of us and how this change has helped us. And I'm hoping that you'll find some inspiration or you'll identify with it and maybe it can help you too. So if you know anything about me or you've watched any of my other videos or read my blog posts at simplymindfulwellness.com, you know that I had lupus symptoms at a very young age of 15. I was undiagnosed until about 21 and I was really sick when I was diagnosed. I had to seek the answers by myself and including the diagnosis. So it took a lot of years and training and experience. My background is in health, and during that time I changed into that major while I was seeking answers, and it was a difficult journey. And the medication that I was put on is not very healthy for you. So that medication was not something that I was going to stay on, because the question at the time was, which will kill me first, the medicine or the disease? And neither one of those things was acceptable to me, and I wanted control back. I just wanted to get control out of what seemed like a raging body that was out of control and I could do nothing about it. So I started looking at nutrition, which I had always loved anyway, and really started looking at what I was eating and also the products I was putting on my body for inflammatory agents, because where was all this inflammation coming from and how could I lower it? And that's when I started looking at the ingredients in processed foods, which of course, like as a college student and a child of the 80s, no one has thought twice about. Even now today, a lot of people don't. So I started looking at it, and everything that was processed was full of inflammatory agents. So I knew that I needed to make a change. So I started looking at, how do I cook at home? How do I decrease the amount of processed foods I use? And I had to find a path by myself. No one told me what to do. There wasn't a lot of resources. It was about 20 years ago, really, that I started, and I found my way. And the more I transitioned to real food and off of processed food, the less symptoms I had. The medication I was able to get off of, I stopped being medicated completely, and I started gaining control over my symptoms. And I was using some supplements at the time, but the better I ate and the more real food I ate, the less supplements I've had to take as well. So it's been crazy that something like this could really make such a change. I haven't been medicated in years now, and I take only a couple supplements now. And it's made a huge, huge difference in my life, and I'm so much healthier and so thankful that I was able to figure out what to do. Now, we'll talk about my son. He's currently 8 years old, and he was diagnosed with a rare autoinflammatory disorder at 18 months old, but started showing symptoms at 8 months. So at 8 months old, I knew something was wrong, and I needed to figure the same thing out, just like I had done for myself. And it took a while, but at 18 months, we got that diagnosis, and that autoinflammatory disorder is related to those agents as well. And I knew that we were already at the beginning, or towards the beginning of our journey with real food, kind of midway. And I knew that it was really important that we continue and we really get to 100% real food and eliminate those agents from his diet, his life, and get those products out of his life, because we needed to get control for him and help him learn what to do. And so as he aged a bit and the more real food he ate and we progressed to that point, the better his disease has gotten as well. Both of us still have flares or episodes sometimes. It doesn't cure you. It's nothing like that at all. But what it does is control symptoms and keeps that inflammation down to a level that makes everyday living so much more comfortable and more enjoyable, and lowers that disease and the complications from the disease. So it's been amazing for both of us to get some more control. last, but certainly not least, is my husband, and this has changed his life as well. He had a diagnosis of high cholesterol at around 23, 24 years old. It mostly was from family history and just really poor choices in his diet coming out of college and being a young adult, and most of us have been there and done that, and it was something that he needed to change as well. And that, of course, was the very beginning of our Real Foods journey, because that was about the same time that I was looking for ways to change to get some control myself. So within a few months, he had his cholesterol down to a normal level, and that was with exercise as well, and it made a huge difference for him. And as the years have gone by and the more real food we eat, and the better his cholesterol has been and stayed. And it's been a permanent change, and it's such a simple thing to change once you realize what you have to do. So that is how real food has impacted our lives. And I really hope that you think about it and you consider making some changes. You can always check out my website, simplymindfulwellness.com, and that will give you more information about us, our story, a lot of information about real food and health and nutrition, as well as upcoming programs and things that I have to offer to help you make a change that would change your life as well. If you like this video, please click like below and share with your friends or on social media. Thank you.